Good morning, Montreal. The World Parkinson's Congress is underway right now in Montreal, and we are so happy this morning to be joined by Michel Panisette, who is a neurologist at the U of M, as well as Jacques Séguin, who is a Parkinson's patient. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I just wanted to talk about the fact that, we've got a racket here, and this new research that what you found in playing racquetball and how it helps you with your Parkinson's. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Okay, with my Parkinson, I have tremors,
Right.
and I have equilibrium problems with my balance. And sometimes, well, Parkinson is a funny thing. Sometimes I can't stop moving because I'm shaking, and other times I can't start moving. I'm frozen up stiff. So with racquetball, what I found is when I hit the ball on the wall, and when I do racquetball games, pre-games, the Parkinson seems to lift out of my body, and I find my old body again.
Wow.
So it's a sensation that is quite harsh.
So you find that the symptoms of Parkinson's disappear while you're playing, but does it continue afterward for a little bit? Or?
What I find fantastic is that it does continue afterward, but it seems to enhance the effects of my medication. So it makes my medication feel more stronger.
Fascinating. Michel, what do you think about this when you hear about the fact that exercise is helping with the symptoms?
Yeah, I think this is very interesting, and it comes very timely because a few years back, when you would look at the literature, there would be almost nothing from exercise in Parkinson's disease. We thought that people with Parkinson's disease would have to do stretching exercises, and that would be about it. And we've realized now that high-impact exercise are probably very good for the control of their symptoms, but maybe also it may have an impact on the progression of the disease. So people doing high-intensity exercise may even delay some of the milestone of the disease.
Can we talk a little bit about the other research that's out there? Are there any other indications of things that could potentially help with Parkinson's?
Other than exercise, I mean, there.
And outside of exercise,
right.
Even just.
I mean, there's, we're in a state now where we are looking at different avenues with medications, getting outside of the usual path when we've been exploring dopaminergic medications. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that is lacking in the brain, and that's been the focus of much of the research up to now. So we're looking now outside of dopamine, seeing what other neurotransmitters can be involved and how we can interact on them to help people with Parkinson's disease.
Right. Usually around what age typically does it set in?
It's usually the mean age is about 60.
Right. How old were you when
51.
You were 51. It's possible, though, that it can manifest itself in younger people as well, though.
Definitely. If you just think about Michael J. Fox, for example, who I think started the disease around 30. So we've got, it's like a normal distribution. You've got 50% of the people who will start with the disease before age 60.
Right. Wow, that's a big percentage.
Yes.
Is there anything that people can do to possibly avoid it before it happens?
Well, certainly exercise is a good thing. Drink lots of coffee, and that's probably about what you can do.
Yeah.
Concerning exercise with racquetball, I've introduced it to other people, and I started with Carl, who was 10 years older than I am, and he started playing racquetball. And in his house, he finished his basement, a room in his basement to play at home, hit the ball.
Wow.
And Joanne is the same thing. She played in between her kitchen and her dining room.
Wow.
And then we have some guys that play racquetball. And for the conference, the World Conference, we are being treated as equals. We're being treated as part of the process of being a Parkinsonian and living well with Parkinsonians.
Right.
So there are conferences that are given by doctors who have Parkinson, people who have Parkinson, and therapists who do not have Parkinson, and so it's a community, and we're really being well treated. We're treated on an equal basis, so we are responsible for our well-being with doctors. And so we work together.
And you play racquetball every day?
Yes, every day. I usually play 5 times a week, an hour, 5 times a week with people who do not have Parkinson, and I also play several times with people who have Parkinson.
Fascinating. This is just one example of the kind of research that's coming out of this Congress. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you. And
Pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madame.
Thank you.